Episode 1!
Hell
this
yeah.
new podcast endeavor that we're concocting right here, right now. It's the GoldCast. Why are we calling it GoldCast? Well,
because we can't find another name.
Yeah.
Pretty much what it is.
Well, basically because, if you don't know already, we do a little series, another podcast, if you will, on iTunes, Podomatic, YouTube, all the other places on the interwebs called Pokémon FireGold.
We're just whoring out all our stuff right now. So
Yeah.
Just bear with us.
Fishing for answers.
I play a character called Gold, so I figured why not just GoldCast. And in this GoldCast podcast endeavor gimmick, we're going to have roundtable discussions like this you're hearing right here, right now. But there's also going to be certain episodes where it may just be me talking to you about a certain topic. Or Draftmaster. Or
Possibly Teddy.
Or possibly...
Arch Canine.
Or possibly...
People.
other people with Draftmaster, or myself, or Teddy, or Archcanine. So basically, it's not just gonna... it's gonna be a moving cluster. Oh yeah, and if you hear some stupid background noise from Arcanine's end or our end, bear with us, because this is the pilot edition, so everything and anything will go in this.
And I'm broadcasting from a super secret location, so not much we can do about that.
Underground.
Yes, of course, of course.
Indian
shelter.
town.
I'm currently in my sex dungeon. We're adding a new room to it, so bear with me.
That where you take Bishop on Tuesdays?
Gosh,
I heard some stuff.
The listeners totally don't know what we were going there, where we were going there, but it...
good.
Yeah, see, you hear that?
Keep moving.
Yeah, that is absolutely my bad.
He is living himself the Generation 3 storyline. The very beginning. He's in a damn truck.
Cool beans.
Alright. And in these discussions, let me get back on topic. And in these discussions, it's not just going to be Pokemon. It could be a plethora of other topics like...
Comics.
Basically, comics and shit.
Botchmon. It could be about Robin, sorry.
Forecast is yours!
So as Archcanine said earlier, it's going to be a moving cluster. So anything and everything will go on this podcast.
I'm changing location for the 4th time to cancel out this background noise business, so bear with
Maybe
me
even
for the
some
travel.
comics here, because Archcanine himself loves comic books.
I do love comic books.
Background noise.
Oh, yeah. All the good
All the good All the good So now...
I don't like this Rainbow Road. This Rainbow Road.
Oh yeah, and by the way, if you hear Draftmaster over here just talking to himself, he is playing my Mario Kart 7 3DS game on my newly owned 2DS.
And this Rainbow Road is crap.
Yes, he's playing the Super Nintendo version of the Rainbow Road.
It's really crap.
It's fun. I don't know what you're talking about.
He got crushed right now by a thwomp.
Whose fault is that?
His own. And he fell again like an
Damn
idiot.
bridge, man.
He keeps using the mushroom power.
What is
I
wrong
keep
with
getting.
you?
I just keep getting mushroom power-ups. They're not giving me crap.
It's like you're asking for trouble, dude.
I don't want to make it double though.
There you go. That's how you... There, finally you got a bullet bill.
Yeah, it's not gonna get me crap because I'm in 7th place. Everyone else is like super ahead of me.
Dude, they're all finished already. What are you doing?
Oh,
He
shit.
fell again.
Ah! Why
So-
did I choose this?
The topic
Why?
at hand.
Oh,
Ah,
Jesus.
haha, you fell.
Alright. With that,
Seriously?
we're just about to segue into our real topic of discussion here today, which is, of course, everybody.
Pokemon X and Y?
No, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, Yeah.
We're going backwards.
Well, that's a good guess.
because seriously, who gives a crap about the X and Y now that the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are coming out? Everybody, that's what everybody wants to talk about
All
right
those
now.
bandwagon.
Yes. All the people...
Unlike me that actually genuinely likes in remakes. Hard Gold Soul Silver was awesome. Fire Red and Leaf Green were okay. Hard Gold Soul Silver was actually pretty. I have to say.
I actually prefer Fire Red and Leaf Green to Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Not gonna lie.
Music-wise, though,
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, the
music-wise.
music on the first-gen remakes was actually, to me, pretty bad.
You thought so?
yeah,
Yeah.
but the second remakes were good musically
Trumpets.
wise.
Yeah. They were
But
good
Trump-
music
but-
pieces.
That's for the new one, by the way. Trumpets, guys. We're getting our trumpets back. Freaking Gen 3 trumpets in
I love the
3D.
In 3D.
Out of your mind.
In 3D.
Blow your out with a trumpet.
In 3D.
All right.
By the way, guys, we mentioned it's in 3D.
Oh, man.
But it's in 3D.
We told you guys right here, right now, this is going to be a moving cluster. So that's what you're getting right here, right now. So if we could please stop cluster this for a second here, get right back on topic.
In 3D.
X and Y, the heavily anticipated Generation 6 releases of this Pokemon franchise.
Mega Evolutions, guys.
Mega Evolutions, yeah, 3D.
God damn it.
By the way, Archcanine really hates Mega Evolutions.
We'll get into that why in a little bit
He
right
has
here, right now.
issues with certain Mega Evolutions. I have certain issues with one particular Mega Evolution, which I think is crap.
But we'll get into that. But first, what we're going to do is actually focus on 3 separate areas of this topic. First, we're going to talk about what we thought before the games were released. We're talking when the trailers were first coming out, when the still shots were being leaked, and our excitement level. leading
Chapter
up to
1, the
release.
hype.
Chapter 1, the hype. Were we excited? Were we anticipating the games? Were we so excited to the point of going to the GameStop to pre-order X and Y to get those special, super duper amazing things that you get for pre-ordering the games, which were posters?
No, not even close.
And finally, were we willing to go over there and stand for about 6 to 12 hours in front of the GameStop, waiting for it to be midnight so we could go in there with Mama's allowance money and purchase both X and Y?
No.
Damn, what's happening over there?
Yeah, stuff.
Holy sh!
Dude, it sounds like a horror movie over there.
We're encountering technical difficulties. Except no, we're not.
Alright, pre-release hype time.
I just thought, it's probably gonna be better than black and white. Hopefully it's in 3D. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. What the heck? Not gonna kill me anything. I'll just give it a shot.
But as far as the trailers, still shots, were they upping your excitement a little bit, or was it kind of still neutral?
Kind of neutral.
Kind of neutral, just like,
Like, the last game I played before this was Diamond and Pearl, and Diamond and Pearl kind of let me down a little bit. I didn't really like how it went about it, and kind of And then Black and White, I'm just like, okay, you're just beating the dead horse right now. I don't know what else we can do. And then when you got closer to come out, I'm like, yeah, I'll buy the game. I actually just want to buy the game just to say I own the game, because I'm like, if the nostalgia's like, okay, I haven't won a Pokemon game in forever. I just want to give it a shot. And after I got it, I was just kind of like, okay, let's see where this goes.
Alright, as far as you, Archcanine, go ahead. Enlighten us, if you will.
It was always kind of a foregone conclusion that I would get the game, but I was never particularly excited for it. Like, the screenshots didn't really do it for me. I don't know, I kind of bought it hoping to be proven wrong, and there were a lot of individual features that I liked. We'll get into those later, I guess, but yeah, I was not very hyped at all for this game.
And finally, Teddy.
Well, going into X, I bought X, but I was after Pearl. I didn't buy a single Pokemon game. I was pretty out of it until
Not even the Johto remakes?
nope, not even the
Oh
remake.
my god! This
I
game is
played them.
out!
I played them, just never owned them.
Yeah, I didn't have a DS, so
Oh, okay.
More people problems.
wasn't until X that I got 2DS, which by the way feels amazing.
Is the sh**.
Yeah.
3DS is alright, I have to say, because I had one's a 3DS, so actually, but it's just 3D function, depending on what game you have, just it's irritating.
Yeah.
It's like,
You end up turning it off.
like a Game Boy nostalgia kind of deal.
It feels exactly like your
Yeah.
Game Boy. That's why I love it. And a hell of a lot cheaper because of that stupid 3D gimmick being taken out of it. So that's why I liked it as well. So as far as you, Teddy, this is
Just bought it on a whim.
on a whim. You didn't even follow the trailers, still shots, none of it.
Just word of mouth from friends, but that was it.
That was it. Okay, as for me,
He waited until it was in a
Oh, no, actually, I was pretty venomous towards it, if you remember. We did a live stream over there with one of our affiliates from Red Squirtle, Alex, on YouTube about a year ago. And I was cursing it out, saying this is f***ing garbage. Why do they have to put this out here? All of it looks atrocious. Why are they putting the whole 3D gimmick now, so many years afterward? We've seen this already in Coliseum. The battle animations, we've seen that already in Pokemon Stadium. Mind you, those games are over 3 generations old. So I don't understand what the big deal is about this. I saw Sylveon's photo, the still shot, and I got WTF? What is this? The starters to me looked absolutely horrible. I hate Froakie. Froakie sucks. I didn't like any of them. Okay, I was just thinking no. And finally, I was not excited. I was not anticipating these games. I sure as hell was not willing to go pre-order them, and I sure as hell times 9,000 was not going to go order this on day one. Are you kidding me? I was totally against this from the very start, from the very first trailer, first still shots coming out. I thought this was bad, and there's no reason for me to go out and pay full price for this, 40 hard-earned dollars. That was my thoughts on it. Anyone else want to go ahead and elaborate before we go to the next part?
I think we hit the nail on the head.
No, what irritated me the most is that there was a freaking pre-order, or there wasn't even just a pre-order. It was just like you got it freaking early. It was released. Certain people were able to get.
That's
it
true, isn't it?
Yeah,
I do remember something.
Yeah, I was seeing all these like people playing. I'm like, I can't even buy the game. What the flip, man? How are these people getting this game? That's what frustrated me the most. Is like I wanted the game. It made me want it more because like I don't have the freaking game. What the flip? How are these people getting it? Now, I'm going to point out that this is actually the first, or in a while, like, worldwide release. Like, everybody in the world were able to get the game.
I believe this is the first time that ever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because usually Japan got it first, and then
yeah.
everyone else got it after that.
It's Japan, so.
Yeah, they were playing Ruby and Sapphire in 2002. We gotta wait till 2003.
Jesus.
Now, another thing, it's a little off topic, we'll end up covering it later. But the whole entire thing that I have to vent about right now that really irritates me is the events.
Oh, God.
Every freaking generation, the events only happen in Japan. Then they finally realize, oh, maybe we should give it to the other countries. Well, yeah, give it to the other countries, but you wait and delay so much. It's bullcrap.
And then again, I don't think events should ever sell your game, really. Like, I know this is probably, I don't know, maybe this will be a good segue, but, like, if your game can't deliver with what's, like, there to begin with, like, it's just a shitty game.
And that leads us to when the game was released. October, whenever it was, 2013. They're
People
out.
got it in September, but...
I did not pick it up immediately. I waited quite a while.
I got it the first week.
Yeah, and you even posted a Facebook still saying, oh my god, look at me, I got X.
I wasn't excited about it. I just said...
How were you not excited? You posted on Facebook.
Yeah. That takes some conscious effort there, bro.
If you weren't excited, you would have just stuffed it away. It's like, I got it.
It's okay to be excited about it.
Yes.
I was excited because it was the first Pokemon.
Oh yeah, and by the way,
game.
if anybody out there was excited about this and did pre-order and did get it on day one, more power to you. That's awesome. We're glad that you were excited for it.
If you did
no
pre-order,
problem
I
with
would be interested in hearing why you pre-ordered it. I just don't understand.
Because it's a Pokemon game, man. I gotta buy everything that has the word Pokemon on it. That's why I love Pokemon Snap, because it's a Pokemon game. It's a good game. Shut up, it's not stupid. Oh, good lord. Anyhow. Alright.
One of our fans actually likes Pokemon, so I can't really...
More power to that fan.
By the way, happy birthday to...
Oh yeah, we're actually recording this on
one of our
fans.
Actually, our greatest fan. First big fan.
Yeah. The guy who supported us since day one. It starts with an A, his name, and you know who you are, dude, so happy birthday. From all of us here at FireGold Inc.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Alright, so now, you guys have the games. Draftmaster, when you were first playing through it, first few playthroughs, going through the plot for the first time, and experiencing the new features that were hyped up about this game, what were your thoughts?
Alright. I first started the game. I haven't played a Pokemon game in forever, so... Alright. 3D stuff. Starting to hurt my eyes. Turn off. When I first, I'm one of those idiots that likes to go on, Bulbapedia and all that to look up walkthroughs first, because I do not want to freaking start the game and go, what the f*** am I doing? Especially because it's, a 3D game, and I'm like, I don't know anything about this. So I just looked up, not really walkthroughs, just okay, what do we really need to do here? So I did that, followed everything that needed to be followed in the game, and I'm like, it's getting interesting. Then after a while, it just kind of got irritating because you take forever to get to certain gyms, and it's you break half the game and you don't even have half the gym badges already. And you're like, really? It frustrated me because it's why am I trying so hard to? I mean, yeah, I gained a lot of Pokemon, and when I figured out the whole Wonder Training thing, it was when it first came out, the Wonder Training thing wasn't abused as much as it is now, because not everyone was freaking sending out Froakies like no tomorrow.
Yeah, I waited.
If anybody who has this game, the best time to Wonder Trade is from 1 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock in the morning, because there's people in Japan
That sounds like
to Wonder Trade really badass things. But you have to be really lucky to get it. Shiny Pokemon, which another thing about this gen which irritated me, I actually got my first shiny Pokemon in this game. I've tried so hard on every game to get a shiny Pokemon, and I got a shiny Pokemon, and it wasn't even the shiny Pokemon I wanted. It's I got a shiny Sock. And that was it was that fighting Pokemon, that blue fighting Pokemon, and I got a shiny one, and I'm like, really? I want a shiny freaking Pikachu or something. And he gave me a shiny fighting Pokemon that I don't want. Okay.
20 out of 10.
It was frustrating. And then, what I think is cool is, in the last few games, they introduced a shiny charm, but which is, you have to work hard on getting all the Pokédex entries, not including legends or events, and to get that done. And it's as it was going along, I'm okay, find groups of people that are cool enough to help you get certain things from Gen 1 through 5 that you can't normally get in the game. It's okay, cool. Then you started getting the people that were just dicks. That would, when I first started the game, I Wonder Traded, and I figured out, okay...
Immediately.
Yeah, I Wonder Traded, so many freaking Scatterbugs, it wasn't even funny.
Did you Wonder Trade a Froakie?
No, I kept my first.
Oh, why didn't you release it?
I chose Fennekin first, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
If
I would have still Wonder Traded
by
it.
default, I choose the Fire Starter.
Really?
If I don't like any of the other ones, by default, I choose Fire Starter. In Gen 5, when I played an emulator, I chose Chimchar.
That's strange because
Chimchar's
the only
Gen
gen
4.
I didn't
Gen
actually...
4, my bad. I didn't choose Tepig, I chose Oshawott. Because I actually
that was a water type, wasn't it?
Yeah, I like Samurott, because Samurot's a lot better than the other two.
Yeah.
Viper?
No, I can't even pronounce freaking...
Who even gives a shit what they're called?
Who cares, man? It was black and white. Who
Whatever,
cares?
that one is. I chose Oshawott because, it seemed... The water type at the time, after looking at every the other ones, it was either a pig or a stuck-up grass type. It's always the stuck-up grass type, man. From Checker In, it's always been the stuck-up grass type. Turtwig was crap, because you turn into a big giant.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Vaguely. So as far as the new characters and the graphics, gameplay, all that stuff...
The characters were interesting, because you automatically got experience share, within, the first town.
That was
Which made leveling up
Archcana will go into that a little bit right now.
Which made leveling up amazing, but tedious at the same time, because you're really? I'm not even trying here.
Yeah.
I leveled up. I was already, by the third gym, I was, already level 50 on everything. So I'm like, yeah! But the whole experience share thing was facetious, and then you got the new professor and the whole... I like how you had roller skates.
You know what? Playing through that part, I actually got my Pokemon so leveled that I couldn't control them because I didn't have the badges.
I have done that. What was awesome though was the first trading I ever did, because you know the first people that own the games are little kids, and I felt kind of bad for it. This dude had a level 70 Gardevoir already. And I traded him, the lowest level piece of crap Pokemon ever. And I still have that Gardevoir that owns. Okay? Wow. Like, I couldn't control it for, like, a while, because I just kept it in my boxes. It was, like, level 70. You can't control level 70 with 3 badges, man. Like, I would occasionally try using it, and then it'd be like, this Pokemon doesn't want to listen to you. I'm like, okay, fine. I don't want you to battle anyway.
Gosh.
And then I kept going on, playing the game, no problem. I logged in about 40 hours before I beat the game, which generally takes about that much time to beat the game, generally. And I was playing along. Once you beat the game, you're like, oh, okay. Then you figure out there's actually side missions you can do, which is kind of cool. Which is better than the whole...
Obscure as hell.
Yes,
it's obscure,
very obscure.
You're playing detective. And come to find out, the guy ends up being a bad guy in a way, and a good guy in a way.
I literally did not care about that guy, and I immediately knew he's going to be a bad guy. He's going to be a, what do you call it, antagonist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name was Looker, which kind of made it a little more...
Fire.
I just knew right away.
Which kind of made it a little interesting. And then, come to find out, you're battling this...
If you didn't see the connection between Team Flare and that guy's hair, you really should.
Yeah, you really should. And the weird thing was they were building it up in anticipation, so it make you seem like it was a huge ass surprise, but it really wasn't, because the signals were there. See it coming a mile away.
Okay, let me go back. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. Team Flare. Just Team Flare.
0 out of 10.
Like,
Just straight up.
I mean, Team Galactic was crap.
Yeah.
Team Plasma was alright. It kind of went back to the whole...
Wait, no, real
Team
talk,
Rocket.
I think Team Plasma was the worst up until Team Flare. But I guess that's a whole nother discussion.
Well,
Yeah,
if you think about it, because Galactic was like world domination, but not as bad. Plasma, you had N.
Yeah,
Kinda
but Plasma was full of hypocrites.
Yeah.
Like,
But it was like, it's like they wanted to save Pokemon from getting them out of the Pokeballs permanently, and then you had the whole thing of, oh no, we actually want to control Pokemon, and then N's like, wait a minute, we wanted to control Pokemon? I thought we wanted to free Pokemon.
are you serious?
what?
Like, literally no one in that team saw that coming. Are you kidding me?
Like,
But anyway,
plot
that's
twist?
off.
Plot
Team
twist, really?
Flare.
Team Flare was crap because, again, it was world domination. Like, you're beating the dead horse after Team Rocket.
I mean, it's not just world domination. Wasn't it like get rid of the ugly people? Like, wasn't that their thing?
Yeah.
In style.
Like if you
Yeah,
boil
we're
it,
gonna get rid of the ugly people and make everyone beautiful.
Stylish.
like if you
At
boil,
the same time, we're gonna control the world.
it's just easily one of the worst motivations. Like I know we can't expect much from a kids game because at the end of the day, like we're talking about a kids game here, but man, that was just stupid. and then there's a death laser. Ooh, excuse me.
Yes!
Definitely.
I remember that.
Like,
We're gonna smite everybody right
why?
now with a laser.
Yeah, like
It up like boss battle, but
Yeah, there wasn't really anything.
And another thing I have a tedious issue about, which I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna agree with, is I caught the legend with the tricky ball.
I caught Mewtwo with
I
the
caught-
very first quick ball I threw at the Mewtwo, I got it.
My Mewtwo, I kept throwing quick balls, Pokeballs, Great Balls, everything. And this, I had him like to the lowest HP possible, and he still wouldn't get captured. My Mewtwo that I have, I named him Tom because
nice.
Tsunami was coming back. Tsunami was coming back. But like, I named him Tom because he was a badass. Like every time I use him in battles now, he's still level 72, but he still owns.
Because he's named Tom.
Because he's named Tom. But,
Alright,
like,
so-
I ended up having to use the Master Ball on him because like he wouldn't get caught any other way. Like I wasted like 30 Pokeballs, 50 Great Balls. I don't know how many freaking Ultra Balls. It's
Man.
like, I wasted money on this guy.
I did it with an Ultra Ball, but it took me like 70 tries.
Powered up Fire for catching with the Quick Ball. That takes freaking.
That was the worst.
I literally did not think at all it was going to get captured, but I throw it.
And the Legends too.
That was Mewtwo battle was one of the worst battles I've ever had. It kept recovering.
Yeah,
it
that-
kept
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
I didn't even bother. Like I don't want to be handed legendaries. Like excuse me.
Alright, so overall, Draft Master, as you were first playing through it, it was just okay to you? All the stuff
I mean,
going on?
the nostalgia was there because it was a Pokemon game. But overall, I mean, I'm not gonna go all Capture Rage like Papaya did, but I wasn't impressed.
So that was the first couple of weeks there. Alright. So
After a while, though, when I finally realized, holy crap, I can get the I just, like, even now, I'm just trying to get shiny Pokemon. I'll just, like, trying to find shiny Pokemon. That's the only mission I have now, is to get all the Dex entries and shiny Pokemon. And try to finish my Mega Evolutions, because, what sucks, though, which irritates, like, I understand game-exclusive Pokemon. Like, you can't get Houndoom's Mega Stone in X, you can only get it in Y and all that. But it's so tedious, because then you have to, like, beg people for it. Because you don't really want to buy the game.
I mean,
you're like, hey, can I have that stone?
Any Mega Evolution stones I have, you can take them. I don't give a shit.
yeah, exactly. Woo!
I just want them for the Dex entry.
Yeah.
All right, so Kenny or Archcanine, actually, I used to use your government name. Whatever.
Yeah, I use my real
your
name.
thoughts.
Yeah, thank you.
While you were.
We'll
Yeah,
bleep that out.
Yeah, we'll delete that. We'll edit that out. So your thoughts as you were first playing it, once you got your hands on it. Changes, the plots, new characters, team flair, new Pokemon, graphics, gameplay, wonder trading, other cool features that were supposedly cool. What were you thinking?
Well, I heard good things from my friends, so I was cautiously optimistic for the game. And playing through it, I realized, like, the graphics, like, while they probably could have done this a long time ago, it was a welcome change. I actually enjoy Pokemon and Me, like, just being able to pet Pokemon. I thought that was neato. Mechanically...
Just think about this. I got a shiny Rayquaza from somebody, and I'm petting that. I'm like, yeah, I'm petting a shiny Rayquaza. Hell yeah. Then I got an Arceus that I ended up getting a clone for, and I'm like, I'm touching God, guys. I'm touching God.
How the hell do you pet a ghost Pokemon?
It's weird though. In Pokemon and Me, when you're touching a ghost Pokemon, the hand
goes through it.
goes through it, but it still acts like it's getting touched. Like I touched a Dusclops, and it's a ghost. So when you're touching it, before I evolved into a Dusknoir, you're touching it, and the hand starts disappearing, but it's still. Another thing that bugs me about, since you're talking about Pokemon and Me, is the orgasm faces on some of the Pokemon.
Oh, good God Almighty!
Like, there's a bunch of perverted guys out there molesting Pokemon.
No, stop it. Stop it. Archcanine, please carry on with what you were saying.
Oh.
But
Shut up!
Yeah,
the
like
thing
the
about Pokemon
battling.
Me, touching on that though, is I like the fact that you can play with Pokemon.
Yeah, that was
In
cool.
certain games, you can interact with them.
Like, I think that was an addition that was worthwhile. I think wonder trading was a good idea in theory, but it kind of went to because
On
people-
paper, yeah.
Yeah, on paper.
On
it's
paper,
good.
it had potential, but
Because
then
you have
execution,
YouTubers-
garbage.
Because you have new YouTubers, like, I'm not going to say his name because it gives him credit. There's YouTubers that created an event for Magikarps.
Yeah.
I was playing the game that day. I had about 5 boxes filled with Magikarps from Wonder Trade.
You bastard.
So many different names. That was terrible. I intentionally evolved some of them to Gyarados just so I can send them out, not be a dick about it.
Man, I would have just released them.
That too, I guess.
Alright, so anything else, Archcanine?
I thought the story was absolute I don't say that very often. And maybe our listeners are used to it because you say stuff like that all the time. But yeah, I think the story is just garbage. Like, it was... Like, not only was it absolutely a story for kids, but I felt like it was pandering to kids.
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
it tried to introduce elements that just weren't really Pokemon, like death lasers and kings that can somehow live for thousands of years. Like, what?
That 1,000-year Floette, man.
And all the
1,000
characters, like, all the characters had, like, one quirky attribute, and that was it.
They were
Like, there was-
really one-dimensional.
Yeah,
I like the
there was absolutely no substance to it.
Yep.
Which is a shame.
There was no moho!
Yeah, and just overall, like, my feelings toward the game are I'm just disappointed.
Wait,
Like,
we'll
I
get
was-
into that a little bit, but just as far as you playing the first few times, just pretty
I mean,
mediocre?
I mean, it was okay. I don't think it's the worst game. I reserved that for Gen 4, but okay.
I don't know. I
He
don't
has
know.
a really bad hate.
I actually
I
have
do
not
too,
played-
but
Oh my
I don't
God,
know. I don't know. I think
have
this
not
is
played
right
Gen
up
5
there,
though.
right with it.
Yeah, probably. I think it's on the bottom, definitely.
So finally, Teddy's been waiting so patiently to get his thoughts out. We
What a good
appreciate
guy.
that, Teddy. So now your thoughts. Take the microphone, my expensive ass blue microphone.
Okay. I came from a completely fresh perspective at first because after Pearl I didn't really know anything about the new Pokemon, the new stuff, the shinies, all that stuff. So going into the game at very first, I was pretty taken aback. I thought it was pretty interesting, all these new features, sky battles, wonder trading, shiny trading for shinies and all that. And well, for starters, I want to start on shinies. To me, I didn't. There was this monumental hype over shinies, but to me, it was more like it's just currency between other trainers to trade Pokemon. It's like, oh, you want this specific Pokemon? Trade me a shiny. It's like trading me a quarter for like a gumdrop or something. And then they're all in all these shiny colors that are actually the exact same color. Yeah,
It's just
okay.
a gimmick, man. It was just a...
That was my 2 cents on shinies, but everything else I was pretty impressed with. I thought all of it. The game played pretty smoothly. The story was easy to follow. I mean, it's targeted to kids, so you can expect that from the game. There were some. I had problems finding some of the places. Like for example, you had to look for the Earth gym, and it was kind of like out of screen, and you had to actually like tiptoe around the edge of the screen to look for it. Or say there was a road you had to take to go into a forest, and you kind of had to go to the bottom of the screen and look for it. And it was a little bit obscure, but once you had to pay careful attention to detail and all that stuff. The cafes, pointless.
Yep.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't step a foot into a cafe. And like, oh, $35 for a cup of tea. It only does nothing.
Yeah, it only does nothing.
Yeah. Playing the restaurants to sell the mushrooms was actually the best way to earn money. The shot.
LOL being the biggest one.
Yeah. You had to pay a lot of money, but you'd get maybe triple that selling everything out. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna speak from a more positive light from everyone here, because I know everyone really has a certain disdain for certain features of it. But the thing that spoke out to me the most was the way that the community kind of evolved with the way the game was going. There were people more willing to do wonder trades. People were trading Pokemon for each other, and it was something that praiseworthy to me, because it even led up to an event I had at my college where people were starting this whole gym leader battle thing. Like you came and you fought with the gym leaders, and if you won, you got shinies, you got Pokemon prizes, in-game stuff like that.
I was there.
Yeah,
I
Papaya.
didn't have X at the time, but I was there to support my buddy.
And I personally, I was a complete novice at the game, and the people that were playing it that were pretty well deep into the game, they accepted me with open arms. I even got a position as the Steel Gym trainer, and I did my part, because it wasn't just a game event, it was a charity event. People were also buying food and things here and trying to earn money for a specific projects or whatever it was. But the main thing was that I saw basically people that would usually not interact with each other, and they were uniting under this love for Pokemon and games and all these things. So basically, I like that it kind of united fans together one more time and like share our love for Pokemon, you know?
Yeah.
Those are my 2 cents, because I need to be positive here.
Yeah, you got a
You
point
didn't
there.
need to be positive, but if you want, more power to you.
Although I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but the battery on my mobile device is dying, so I must take my leave.
Already?
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. Real quick though, then.
Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire?
Sapphire, all the way.
And final. Did you get your money's worth? Final grade for X and Y.
Yeah, I had some good times with it. Story wasn't the best, but there were other things to do that kind of made up for it. And, it's really nice seeing all my favorite Pokemon again in new polygons. So, overall, yeah, wasn't very good, but I got my money's worth.
And from A to F grade.
I'll give it a C+.
C plus.
Yeah.
All right,
that's-
man. go ahead and take care, and we'll see you down the road.
Alright, we'll see you then. Later,
Hey,
guys.
Yep, he dropped out right there right now, so unfortunately we're out without Arch Canine now, but we'll keep going. We'll keep going.
Draft Master's
talk
gonna leave in a
about-
few.
Can I
Yeah,
talk
leave in a
about
few.
the Wonder Trade?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Trading of trophies all the time.
Yeah, starting with the Wonder Trade. To start with, starting off, it's a good idea. You don't really have much experience with the Pokemon, so you're getting constant new ones. Some are trained, some aren't. You're getting stuff you don't have. But further down the line, you'll realize that there's a set pattern. There's people just throwing away all the starter ones, or throwing away all the ones they don't really want. And one of the main things that people constantly say is you should try make an effort to distribute Pokemon to people that don't have them. Like, for example, every time I get a new Pokemon, I've never played Black and White, so Pokebank didn't really help me at all. So if I ever got my hands on any Black and White Pokemon, I would breed them and distribute it through Wonder Trade, and that's what the community is kind of telling everyone to do. Encouraging you to distribute your Pokemon to let everyone have Pokemon they don't have. And sometimes it gets hard because people don't want to give them up, or people can't get access to the internet, or things like that.
Or they're just straight up jerks.
Or straight up jerks, if you want to go that way. Now, another problem with the Wonder Trade is there was things like this Praise Helix movement.
That was because of Twitch plays Pokemon.
Yeah.
If no one knows what that is.
Twitch plays Pokemon.
That was a game thing where a bunch of people on the internet pressing one button
Control
finished
the game.
the whole entire game of Pokemon. I forgot what game it was.
It was probably Pearl. I think
No,
it was
it
one
was-
of the Gen 4 games.
Was
Well,
it
what I
Gen 4?
saw. It's still going on right now as we speak, and the last time I
They
checked, they were
already
playing
finished the game. They just restarted
Yeah.
it.
But literally, it goes. They pick fight, right, and then they go back. They pick fight, they go back. Pick fight, go back. Pick fight, go back. Go back. It literally goes like that, and then they go run, and then they're all debating on which direction they go. So he's literally stepping 2 steps every time. A little bit left, a little bit up, a little bit right, and he ends up back to where he was in the beginning. So. Yeah.
Okay, well, another thing with that is not only was there movements like that where they were distributing certain types of Pokemon. I don't have specific qualms about it because some people didn't have Ammonite, was it? Yeah. So that was good, but the names, people would rename them stupid things. I've had my fair share, and even some people that put legendaries over there, they do name them certain things, and people aren't really willing to trade them away because they're legendaries. But you don't want like a legendary named Waffle, or a Farfetch'd named Boots, or a Pikachu named Digimon.
That's what this whole freaking Mega Evolution thing is. It's Digimon.
It was funny, yes, but I mean,
There was
come on, guys.
Going along with what he said about the whole Praise Helix, there was also the Release the Carp thing. And you don't know how many... I had a freaking Magikarp named Arceus, a Magikarp named Carpmaster, and the Carpinator. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! How many names can you... The Carpinator. And a lot of these people would breed, like, dramatically amounts of Magikarps to where it's like, Jesus, wow!
It doesn't even. Gyarados doesn't mean jack shit anymore.
Because
That's what
of
it
the
means.
Mega
Because of that
Gyarados.
Mega shit.
This is what Wonder Trade gave us.
Yes.
Mega Gyarados looks like a shrimp, by the way.
It's funny, yes, but I mean, you don't want to have like maybe it's your first time playing, you get a Mewtwo and it's named something offensive, and then you battle.
I had a
it.
Mewtwo that I got from Wonder Trade named up.
Yeah,
I had a level 100 Efrenape traded to me. It was named Son Goku.
That one actually sounds good.
some are cool, some weren't cool.
But I'm just saying, they trade literally level 100 Pokemon for my level 2 Bidoof.
Hey, Bidoof needs a freaking Mega Evolution right there.
No, he doesn't. Okay.
He needs a
Nobody needs Mega Evolutions
He
because
needs
they're
a Mega
garbage.
Surprisingly, I hardly got Bidoofs through Wonder Trade. I Wonder Trade a lot, and I'm
No, because
surprised.
Bidoof in X and Y is actually beast. If you level him up 100, his defense is amazing. That's why.
Well,
His
never
attack sucks, but his defense is like spot on.
Bidoof sucks in general. Anyway.
And another thing I want to hit on is the breeding. Compared to the breeding from the previous games, it's been a lot more simplified, but it's still pretty hard to follow. People need to use specific modded or hacked calculators to see their IVs or whatnot. It was all this hype over IVs, EVs, whatever. I honestly couldn't follow it.
I've tried following EV training. IV training is a little easier to do to a certain extent because you go to the judge in Kilode City and have him tell you.
He doesn't tell you specifically what's he's best at, what's it works.
If you actually look up on Mobilepedia, it says the certain catchphrases he says, and that tells you generally what the IVs are. If he says a certain thing, it's 31 across the board.
Never followed that.
And if he says like your attack sucks, that means the IV for that means the IV is 0. Your attack basically crap, and you should EV train that. The best way to EV train is through super training, or you just give him the vitamins.
And say the prayers, brother.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The vitamins, man.
Hulk Hogan.
Another thing I want to touch on is the Battle Mason.
Battle.
And how much it's crap. It's not that it's crap, it's just, wow, I've never faced an AI that was so hell-bent on trying to kill me. Like, yeah, because with Battle Mason, all the freaking trainers have, like, the different battle items that are going against you. Like, you're going in with 4 Pokemon for 20 straight battles. They heal every round, but you have only 4 Pokemon, generally whatever you're playing, for 4 straight battles. These people have, these AI...
They get to switch out types and you're stuck with whatever you...
Exactly. And as it goes along, these types are basically the computer saying, haha, I can kick your ass.
Since it's locked at a certain level, you can't really rely on any type disadvantages because they'll kick your ass. Yeah, I get that. I would say it's one of the more challenging stuff for the older players, though. Since
Yeah.
I know kids won't be able to get into that. But...
You'd be surprised. I faced a 10-year-old that kicked like the Battle Mason. I talked to a 10-year-old that happened to be on one of the groups and all that, and he his battle because it takes forever to get battle items. If you want to get the BP, the battle points, a lot faster, do the battle testing in Lumio City because you get like 5 really instantly instead of getting like 1 every freaking battle, and then as it goes along 2 every battle. It gets tedious. Like the battle testing, I think was ingenious because you test your skill on your team and you're like, oh crap, my team isn't really doing that well. Maybe I can do a little better to get the battle points up. Then there's the rating battles, which I think are crap.
Rating battles, yeah.
Because if you go online in the rating battles, you're just like, these people that you're facing are tournament players. And you're just basically trying to figure out where you're at, and these tournament players are kicking your butt every single time. By the way, screw Umbreon on freaking battling online. I love Umbreon, having Umbreon, but battling online, it's so irritating. Yeah, also online battling, the gameplay was good for the most part.
Someone needs to set up rules for like online trading when people don't want to use the microphone, because usually one of my...
There is. You go on the settings on your DS and put on the child setting. You turn on the child setting on your 3DS and you prevent the mic from ever being used. I have that on.
No, I don't mean the mic specifically. I mean communicating with another trainer over like Wi-Fi when it's like a completely random person you're trading with. Because one of the practices people do is the first thing they do is show off their shinies. Because they're like, like I said, it's the whole currency thing. You want this for this, and it's like. You don't really have a certain way to communicate to each other.
Except naming your Pokemon certain phrases and things, and then you can go from there. Like, I have Fennekin that I got from a Wonder Train game. I just named it No Thanks to tell people, no, I don't want that Pokemon that you're showing me.
Pretty much.
You're basically making sentences out of Pokemon names.
I mean, once you're done with Wonder Trade and you keep getting the same ones, then you're going to start going in the random trainer trades to try.
And then even then, you're trying to trade with random people, and they say... like on their profile, like shout out trade. So you're like, okay, I'll trade you, and then they never trade you. It's like, dude, don't promote you want to trade if you're not going to trade.
But basically,
Shiny Raikou, please.
All these aspects pretty much call attention to the fact that there needs to be a better way to communicate with people.
I mean, some people don't have the ability to turn the mic on.
Yeah.
Even then, I've never used the mic, so I don't know. But I've had people. Yeah.
Not exactly a high quality mic.
Not really.
Yeah.
Best to use earphones.
Yeah.
Anything else we should touch on?
So your thoughts were overall when you're first playing it, it was what would you think about it? Just the overall game.
Positive.
Positive.
I liked it.
Positive. Okay.
Yeah.
Now save the overall actual thoughts after months of playing it for a little bit. Though. For me,
He hasn't owned it for months.
well, yeah, I went through till May of not playing this game at all, but then I found a good deal on Amazon bundle. For all of you that follow the Facebook page, like us if you would, please. You saw that I posted a picture of the bundle I got, and that particular bundle was $123 when it usually went for $200. So I basically got myself a free X game, for fulfilling my promise and my pledge right then and there that I was never gonna pay full price for either X or Y. So I was gonna get what I was gonna get for what I paid for, right? Nothing. That's exactly what I got. All the changes to the game, I could care less about them. The new characters, atrocious. Tierno, that fat f***er, does he actually want me to believe for one single solitary second that he dances? No, you don't. You suck. Get out of my life.
You made me laugh.
And then when you beat the game, you have to find him in that little city where you have to use the train. You have to use the train, and
that was like pointless.
you show a Pokemon with certain dance moves like sword dance, quiver dance, feather dance, and you got what, like a Pokeball or something out of it?
Yeah, we did.
I mean, the thing I did like about the game is like you had to go on certain parts of the day to get to certain NPCs to get TMs and shit.
The holocast system, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Holocaust.
No one used it.
Yeah.
It was pointless.
No, people use it now for tournament information, for like rating battles and all that. That's pretty much all it's ever used for.
So
But might I point out that the person
we're not tournament players. So it's wordless.
They could do that
personally,
any other
if you
way.
actually pay attention, the biatch that is doing the holocaster is from Team Flare, and she's also one of the Elite Four.
Malva or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The holocaster was pointless.
I didn't touch it at all. Yeah. The whole
I mean,
game-
I think they were trying to go off of the whole black and white 2 talking on the phone thing.
I didn't play it. So.
Yeah. So like with gold and silver, you had a phone. After that, didn't have a phone. The extra receiver in black and white 2, you were able to like, it was like FaceTime. But in reality, all
Like
you
a
did,
Skype.
it was basically like a Skype thing, but you only had a certain amount of options you can ask, and then even then, they gave you the same generic answer. It was pointless.
Yes.
Then this, you have the holocaster. Pointless.
Pathetic. Pokemon.
All I knew that there was something going on with the holocaster is when I had a blue dot on my menu. When the blue dot's when there's a blue dot on your game in the menu, that means that there's a holocaster message. That's all I got out of it. It was like, oh, I gotta clear it. That's all I
I
did.
think mine never went on. So. Okay.
I was forced to choose between those 3 Mongoloids. I went with the lesser 3 evils, which was Vulpix, and then I proceeded to battle what's-her-face, Shauna.
Is that what you're calling Fennekin as Vulpix?
Yeah, because it looks exactly like
I called it
Vulpix.
furniture.
I called mine mistake because it would have been a mistake either way, whoever I chose. But then this dweeb Shauna comes at me and actually battles me with a chestpin, and I proceed to own it with an Ember attack. So right then and there, Shauna was a dumbass. I don't like her. Goodbye. Serena is one of the worst quote-unquote rivals in the history of the franchise. Because I'm battling Team Flare with her, we're doing the double battle gimmicks, she is dying left and right. She's getting owned, and I have to pick up the slack and actually defeat them myself, okay? So
I've intentionally used Surf, because you know how Surf attacks
Yeah,
the
it
opponent.
attacks everybody.
I would intentionally use Discharge, Surf,
I didn't even have
Lava
to.
Plume, all those, just
Yeah.
to kill her out of the
I
way.
didn't have to, because she would gonna be dying right before I
I
had the
had that
chance.
happen in the Battle Mason. The guy kept using Earthquake and taking me out
Yes.
when I was trying to do something.
Oh, you did a Battle Mason with somebody else?
And it was with a computer, and they kept using Earthquake, and they kept knocking me out because they were trying to kill the other person. And it wasn't even a type advantage. They would use it against other rock types, and that would hurt me more than it would hurt the opponent.
That's why I use Charizard, because Earthquake doesn't use do crap on Charizard.
You needed something that had what is it, Levitate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have any of that.
Levitate, or if it was a flying in general, because the ground attacks don't work on flying automatically.
Trevor is an antisocial bitch. Get out of here.
He's a nerd.
He's an antisocial.
It was a girl.
Yeah, I really did too. Did I miss any of the
It looked like Velma.
Yep.
It looked
That
like
was all of
Velma.
them, right? And then yourself. Oh! Character customization. Yeah, only 3 options, huh?
Well,
You can only choose 3 options. Hello! Fire Emblem Awakening on the same damn system, the same damn little card, has way more character customization options than this piece of crap ever does. Okay, so don't come at me with the, oh, wait, it's only a little card, dude. You can't seriously expect a very thorough character customization feature on here. You got what you got and be happy with it. No! F*** this! It was awful!
It was that or petting Pokemon, man.
Wait, so you mean to tell me, in order for
you
me...
spent.
No one
you
cares
spent-
what you look like, you can pet Pokemon.
In order for my Pokemon to love me more, I have to literally get my 2DS stick and play with its titties.
I did not pet my Pokemon, tough love.
I have to feed it.
I mean, that's literally the only way you got Sylveon was maxing out its hearts on the Pokemon ME, and then I just gave it a Sooth Bell, leveled it up like twice, and there you go, there's Sylveon.
I got it through Wonder Dream.
Everything. That's how I got my Umbreon, because
Really,
like
man?
for-
Wonder
that
Trading too.
irritated me. Like I was trying so hard to get an Umbreon and Espeon, because I'm like, I want those Eevee evolutions. Those are one of my favorite ones. I'm like, okay, I want those too, because those are Gen 2. I'm like, hell yeah. I got an Espeon every damn time because you realize you have to from 8 o'clock up until 4 o'clock in the morning. That's the only time you can train Eevee to get into an Espeon or no Umbreon. But you have to give it a Soothe Bell at the same time because it has to be friendly. So it's like I tried so hard for the life of me, I can never get a freaking Umbreon. I leveled it up to like level 32, and it finally was able to level up. And then I didn't realize the time, and it turned into an Espeon. I'm like, fuck!
I was having trouble with the Ninjas because I was trying to get the other one, and it was like,
I
oh, you need to give it
I
a-
actually just got the Ninjas, and I got a Shin Ninja through Wonder Trade, and it has Wonder Guard, which means only physical attacks can hurt it, which is amazing because I've used it in like battles before, and everyone gets pissed off because no one can attack it. Because everyone's trying to use non-physical attacks.
I want to talk about something. One of the battles I faced as the Steel Gym trainer for this charity event, the Ninjask it's broken. I don't know what the guy was. He had some kind of speed attribute on it, so it would increase speed.
Speed boost.
He had a leftover, so it would increase health regularly, and it would use substitution, so I wouldn't be able to hit it. It was the whole thing was a battle of attrition. It was who would outlast who. He wouldn't attack. I would use all my moves, and he would save his move for last. And that's a
He
pretty.
literally toyed with you the whole battle.
It was a pretty cheap tactic, yeah. But
Wow.
That's
and out of all the gym leaders, I'm the only one that came the closest to beating him, but I still didn't beat him. That's as hacked or as modded as anything can get.
like that whole moveset is so irritating because like it's Umbreon too. That's why I dislike people using Umbreon in that because it's a substitute Toxic Moonlight combo. Because they use Toxic right off the bat, which poisons your Pokemon. Then they use Substitute, which just like unless you're using a freaking Arceus, which I end up once somebody uses a freaking Umbreon, I just bust out my Arceus anyway because my Arceus is a poison type one. I gave it a poison plate, so that way I can get it to poison. Because poison is the best thing to use against people using Mewtwo, all that.
I would say competitive battling needs a serious overhaul. It was,
Substitute is the worst.
yeah.
And then make a Kangaskhan. That's literally the only Mega Evolution that I have a problem with. Reason being, double hitting. 'Cause
Double hitting.
It uses Dynamic
Double
Punch.
hitting,
It
oh
uses
God.
Dynamic Punch. And the first Dynamic Punch, oh no, it's not going to kill me. It's the second Dynamic Punch coming from the little baby turn that's going to kill me.
Oh yeah.
And then it uses Power Up Punch, which is even worse, and you're just like, really? And you can't use Earthquake because it's a normal type. So that doesn't kill it. You have to use fighting type moves.
Double hit though. That's terrible.
Double hitting, man.
Okay.
Instead of a me, people, can we please have a certain system where, how about organically, the Pokemon love us more throughout the battles? Like
It
say,
does, for the most part. If
yeah,
you're battling with a
but
certain
we
Pokemon.
limit the amount of times they faint, and we level them up, and we take care of them organically in battles. They should love us more. We should not have to go to an me style thing for them to love this more. It's just terrible to me. It's garbage. I don't like it. I would understand those mini games in Pokemon and Me just as a side feature, just to take a break from battling or whatnot, like in Pokemon Stadium back in the day. But for making it love you more, no, please, no. Delete it. I do not want to hear or see about it on Super Trading.
Super Training was mainly used for EV trading, though. Like, if you wanted EV trading Pokemon, you would Super Trade it.
I mean, that was
specifically targeted towards breeding, so it's not.
Yeah. Well,
and plus, the mini games were fun, kind of. I have fun with it.
If you had like
but that's the point. They should be there just for mini games, just for fun, not to actually make your Pokemon love you more. That's stupid.
The Super Trading is not supportive of left-handed people. I have to use my left hand to move it and my right hand to shoot. I'm left-handed. I can't do that.
Well, as far as Super Trading goes, it was
ambidextrous.
Super Trading goes for me. I thought it was actually quite fun. It was quite fun, but
certain
the
Pokemon,
thing is, certain Pokemon.
Like, certain stones you wanted to get, you would actually try super hard to get within that certain amount of time to get that stone. Like Thunderstones, after you only get one in the game, the only way you can get it from then on is Super Training. Dawn Stones, same thing. Dusk Stones, you can only get in Super Training after a while.
You're terrible at it, though.
Moonstones, though.
Yeah,
Moonstones are like the hardest to get. You have to do that. I forgot which one it is, but you're trying so hard to get a Moonstone, and all you keep getting is Sunstones. I'm like, I don't need any more Sunstones. I would literally Wonder Trade Pokemon with Sunstones because it's literally all I had in my box was Sunstones.
I got a couple out of it.
Horde battles, garbage. Sky battles.
Horde battles worked when you wanted to. Again, Horde battles were focused on.
Why not have a Pokeball that can hit all of them? If they could give you a dive ball, a net ball, all these balls, they could give you one that would at least help you catch more than just one. And then you would be able to throw it during the Horde battle.
Never mind catching all of them at the same time. Just hitting one. Why do I have to wait 5 minutes after all of the Intimidates lower down all of my stats? And then I barely attack one of them, and then I gotta wait for all of them to attack me.
That's why you use a Pokemon that has Lava Plume, Surf, Earthquake.
Unless you have those, then yeah, it's cool. But good God Almighty, when you're starting out, when you're first starting out, I know we can run, but
not all the time.
Yeah, but when you want to go ahead and level it up, your Pokemon or whatnot, there has to be something different.
That irritates me.
How about something like I go, they go, then I go again, then the second Pokemon goes, then I go again, then the third one goes, then I go again, the fourth one goes, the fifth one goes, and then
Ice
I go.
Cave.
Yeah, it just kind of goes back to back to back to back. Instead of me attacking it and then I can wait for all 5 of them to attack my ass. Come on now. Fix that up a little bit, will ya?
The Pelipers.
Pelipper!
I kind of want to talk about some of like the thing with like the ghost in the game and stuff like that. Because they do have scenes where, like, say you go into the elevator and you'll have like a ghost like haunt you and they give you like cryptic messages. There's a sticky note in the back of one of the boards in the train station that says, you have to meet me here, I'm in danger, something like that. And there's little things hidden around the game.
Okay, starting off, when was the first ghost introduced? It was Gen 4, I believe, right?
I haven't played that.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Gen 4, if you're actually looking closely, it was basically the gamers screwing with you. It was a ghost. Basically, it was a dead person that came out in the game and you didn't know what they were. You never see them again. It was just one cryptic message. You're like, the black and white, same thing. A ghost. It was a girl that died on one of the bridges and she tried doing Cresselia. An angel wing or whatever. Black and white 2, same thing. You go to the ghost house in Black and White 2, and you see the girl again. You see her for the first time, and she starts going around or whatever, talking about how she died and how she had to return the lunar wing to the bridge or whatever, and then she disappears and you find the lunar wing. You go again, you find her again on another bridge, and she talks and disappears again. It's just the game screwing with you. You meet the Hex Maniac girl twice in the game.
All this stuff.
You meet the Hex Maniac girl twice in the game.
I can understand this plot-driven stuff, but why couldn't you put Pokemon battles in between that and incorporate it?
I know, because you meet the Hex Maniac twice in the game. Only twice. Yeah. In the elevator, in the unmarked building, and she says you're not the one she's looking for and disappeared. and then when you're going to the hotel, I forgot what floor it is. You go to the hotel to the elevator, and she's standing right there.
Yeah.
But she doesn't disappear. She's just saying she's waiting for something or whatever on that floor. She's still waiting. I think she disappears or whatever, but you talk to her again. Then there's that note. There's so many freaking fan theories about what it has to do with her.
Like a modern Lavender Town kind of deal.
Basically, since Lavender Town, the game developers are just trying to spook you. Because when that actually happened, when I went into the room and then she disappeared, I'm like, I hadn't played Black and White at the time, so I actually had to play for it and look for it. Because once that ghost happened, I started looking up all the creepypasta type things you can come up with.
Yeah.
Basically, it was just the game developers giving reasons for creepypasta.
Yeah, that's basically
Did
That's
we
all
go
it was.
overtime?
No, I'm just looking, because, well, we did say this was going to be a moving cluster, so we just keep going here and there or whatever. But
Okay.
Okay,
We're
so-
done with X and Y.
no, I have to keep going, dude.
I gotta go soon,
I
so
think
let's
we're-
be done with X and Y so we can
All
cover...
right, Team Flare, garbage. The new Pokemon, garbage. The only way I was able to go through this game and pass it in 22 hours and 22 minutes was because my buddy Teddy here actually gave me some first and second gen Pokemon. But if it wasn't for that, I would have never finished this thing. I would have deleted it right on the spot because it is trash. I don't like it. Period. There's nothing you could say to change my opinion on this. Everything, for the most part, on this is complete and utter garbage.
Look on the bright side, you gotta own everything with the Pokemon you like.
Yeah, but still. It sucks. Overall thoughts, people. Now, months after playing, what are your final 2 cents? What's your final verdict, if you will?
Still okay.
Still okay?
I liked it.
Liked it?
Yep.
Did you get your money's worth?
Yep.
You didn't pay anything.
What money's worth? I didn't pay jack for it.
We're not
What
gonna-
money's worth?
we're
I
not
got what
gonna-
I paid for it. So final grades from A to F. Solid C? You?
A minus.
A minus?
He's very optimistic. Give me
I'm optimistic.
He's very optimistic
I like
about
it.
this.
Okay.
That's a good thing about Teddy. He always makes light out of every single situation possible.
We're done with X and Y. Now we're going to the newer ones.
I didn't give my grade yet.
We know it's an F.
No, it's not an F,
D
actually.
minus.
It's a
No.
G.
It's not an F. I'm actually pulling out a trick that I saw from Jimmy Neutron back in the day, where a character named Sheen Estevez was actually boasting about how easy this test was supposedly, and then it goes back to them walking out, and what did he get? A quadruple F minus. I'm giving this thing a quadruple F minus. The one word for me to describe this gen: overrated. I am glad I'm done with it because I never ever want to play this again. That is my overall thoughts on X and Y, and is that it?
Yep.
And if we're done here, I gotta do some shameless plug-in here. If you have not visited our blog site, what the hell are you waiting for? pdafiregold.blogspot.com. What are you gonna find there? You're gonna find
Badassery.
badassery. You're gonna find write-ups of every single episode released in FireGold, the FireGold series. Basically, what the write-ups are summaries of the episodes and also some behind-the-scenes information that went into making every single episode. And also, you're gonna get all links containing FireGold-related content, such as our Facebook, our Twitter, our YouTube, our iTunes and Podomatic. So be sure while you're on that blog, subscribe to us on Facebook, like us on Twitter, and follow us on YouTube.
And tell your friends. The more
Tell your
you-
friends, Facebook
The more
and
you
Twitter.
people.
That's where you want to go for updates, random memes.
Also,
that Draftmaster's going to try to post to piss me off about Generation 3 remakes.
Yep, I do that a lot. Anyway, the Facebook page. If you like the page, make sure you set it up on the right-hand corner, I believe. It tells you to see all the information about the page. Do that. If not, you're not going to be able to see our content as much. Then you have me trying to boost posts and all that, and it doesn't really work out.
Share.
Share your crap.
Sharing is great.
But Duckscape is silver.
So that was the moving cluster, the pilot premiere edition of
That
GoldCast.
took way too long.
Yeah, it took
GoldCast.
way too long. Hopefully, we didn't bore you all that much. But if you really sticked around for this long and listened to it, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
You're awesome.
You're awesome. Thank you for listening. And more FireGold episodes are coming out, people. When? I don't know, but they're coming.
Get off the Sapphire.
No. Actually, you know what? Don't get them. Don't get them.
Get the Gen 3 remix.
No, don't get them.
Do it.
Don't get them.
Do it.
Body thing.
Get the original. All right.
Get the originals and the remakes and then compare the two.
All right. This has been yours truly, Papaya.
Draftmaster.
And Teddy.
And Arch K9, which you left earlier.
Yes. But until the next one, it may be myself, it may be Draftmaster, maybe Teddy, maybe Archkina. Who knows? But until next time, see y'all later.
Gooby.